to today's conversation. Today's conversation is with a man I've done some work with, and I'm excited about this opportunity to talk about this specific topic. It's one that is intriguing to me, so I know that there will be intrigue for others. Today, Reverend Cornelius Brown is presenting to you, through the Best Counsel podcast, the Miseducation of Humanity. Now, Reverend Corn Brown is a scholared man where he has a master's in divinity, and he's currently working on his doctorate to perfect himself as much as he humanly can in his profession. But the question that's being begged for this specific issue and this specific episode is, what is the miseducation of humanity, and why do it now?
Well, first, let me thank you, Louis, for being willing to be open to facilitate these conversations that we're about to have over these next few podcasts. Truly, it's a blessing that I'm able to sit with you and have this dialogue. You asked a question about the miseducation theme and why now. Part of why now is a scripture that I embrace, and it says, to everything there's a season and a time, to every purpose under the heaven. And I believe that now is the right time for someone like myself, who I believe has been purposed by God to help to speak to the everyday man, woman, boy, and girl about how we are being miseducated about who God is and what the creation is, and also about life and death. I believe God has purposed every human being with a purpose on this earth. But it's up to each of us to make the choice to act on that purpose. In my case, I believe God has purposed me to be a vessel, to be able to communicate this important issue about this creation and about the God who has created it. And I'm excited. I'm looking forward that this is my opportunity to, before I transition, because it's not if we are going to transition, it's only when. And this is my opportunity to sing my song. I don't want anyone to get nervous and think I'm going to start singing, because that's not one of my gifts. But I believe that the knowledge and wisdom that God has put in me is my song. And that I'm excited that this opportunity to share my song of wisdom through voice and speaking can be received and add to the blessings that I believe the Creator wants this humanity to have. Louis, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to share what the Spirit and God has put in me. And I hope that others will be open. That's the only thing I ask in these podcasts, that you will tune in, you will listen, and that you will just be open to receive what I believe God has purposed me to say.
And I'm excited about it for the following reason. I've had the opportunity to be an educator, and I've heard the phrase miseducation before. And so what are some things that inspired you about using that specific phrase?
The reason I wanted to use the phrase miseducation, because if you look up that definition, miseducation states that something is being taught incorrectly. And it is my opportunity as a vessel for the Creator to help correct miseducation. And miseducation has happened throughout the years and throughout the century. We can go all the way back to the 12th and 13th century, that before Columbus, who in 1492, we know historically came to the American continent. But prior to that, in previous century, it was educated and taught that you should not go west, because you would fall off the earth. That was a miseducation based on fear, something I'm looking forward to talking more about. But miseducation has happened throughout humanity, and I'm excited to believe that God is perhaps using me to be a part of correcting that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is an opportunity that I think is paramount to us being open about the things that we take into our bodies. This is a diet thing, and just like you can misfeed yourself, you can be miseducated. So for this podcast series, The Miseducation of Humanity, brought to you by Reverend Cornelius Brown of the Best Counsel Podcast, please remember that there are future episodes coming, and they will be, and they are intriguing. So with that, we thank you for this introduction, Pastor Brown. And is there anything you want to impart before we close out this intro?
Just that one of the greatest gifts that God gives us in our creation is choice. And it is my hope that you will be open-minded enough that perhaps you can make a different choice of your understanding of not just the Creator and the creation, but especially about life and death. I look forward to talking more with you soon.
Why is humanity miseducated?
Well, Lewis,